I'm a fairly decent person, but I'm not perfect.
The city of New York, Boricua from the Bronx.
Over the years, I have tried to make amends for all of my wrongdoings, from the smallest infraction to some more unforgivable acts. There has been one dude that I have never been able to track down from grade school. We went on to go to junior high school together as well. Through my teenage years, we knew each other, and I would like to apologize to this guy because I kind of wronged him back then. You see, I was visiting his house ages ago. This was back in the times when we used to tag up on the walls. This guy, he had a small can of spray paint in the house, and I don't know why. And I really don't know what the hell possessed me with the thought to put his tiny half can of spray paint into my school bag. But for some reason, I did. You might remember from one of my earlier blog posts that I don't take too kindly to any of my friends stealing from me. Remember the time that this guy stole my black pilot marker to tag up on the walls? And there I was doing the same exact thing to someone else, another trusted friend. It seems like this desire to tag on the walls can force friends to break loyalty. Some days later, when we were at school, my friend asked me if I knew what happened to that can of spray paint. Of course, I denied knowing anything. I said, dude, I don't know. And he straight up asked me, did you take it? And nah, man. Some years later, he said, hey, man, you remember that can of spray paint? And I was like, yeah. He's like, I mean, it's been years. You could tell me the truth now. Did you take it? And I was like, nah, man. He'd ask me for weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks, and I'd continue to deny knowing anything about what happened to the damn can of spray paint. And mind you, this wasn't even expensive. It was a half a can, half empty. It was more about the principle, I think, to this guy. I think he just wanted to know the truth, which one of us took it. Somebody took it, and there were like 4 or 5 of us. As I share this with you folks, I'm terribly ashamed of myself. I've done many things in life, but stealing from others is one of the things that I have prided myself on not doing, at least all that often. As I mentioned before, we're not perfect. I'm not perfect. Except for this one time where I took that damn spray paint, quite possibly a few bags of 25-cent chips from the bodegas over the years, and a few select cases who I felt deserved to get robbed. I've not really taken anything that didn't belong to me. That's never been my style. And even this day and age, some 30 plus years later, I still feel bad about having done that to my friend. And I could never find a guy to apologize. Maybe even buy him a can of spray paint, a brand new one, a big one. I'm ashamed of myself because that 14-year-old version of me betrayed a friend's trust. This was a friend that I knew since like first grade, and it happened in junior high school. The worst part is that he was convinced it was me. It's like he knew it was me, and I simply never owned up to it, and he had no way of proving it, and I knew that. Like I said before, there were about 4 or 5 of us at his place, and it had to be one of us. And I think that the guys that were there, and these guys were closer than I was to any of them, and they probably trusted them more, understandably, given that they live in the same building, they've been friends for a long time, and likely nothing ever went missing. That was messed up, and I shouldn't have done it. I did it, and I'm sorry. If I ever make contact with this guy, I'd like to apologize for stealing that $3 half empty tiny spray paint can from him. I don't know why I did it. It was stupid, and I am sorry. It wasn't so much the product itself. I'm more ashamed about the betrayal of trust that I committed, and more importantly, lying to his face about it so many times. Old friend, I am sorry.
You are listening to the NYC Talking podcast. www.nyctalking.com. Please like NYC Talking on Facebook. Please follow Angel R Talk on Twitter and Instagram. We are NYC Talking, the realest lifestyle blog ever. Thanks for listening.